Is molesting India's daughters good behavior? That is a question opposition leaders today are asking after the centre released 11 men accused of gang raping Bilkis Bano and wiping out 14 members of her family. Evidence has emerged that these men, who the Gujarat government complimented with good behavior, had done exactly the opposite in their previous sojourns outside jail. What gave the government of India the confidence that these men will not harass and intimidate Bilkis Bano like they did the last time? What gave them the confidence that they will not intimidate and molest an eyewitness like they did the last time? Ladies and gentlemen, a grave injustice transpired on the 15th of August, our Independence Day this year, when these 11 rapists walked out of prison. That injustice needs to be reserved. Is the Supreme Court the only hope? I'm putting that question to Shobha Gupta, who is Bilkis Bano's lawyer. Shobha Gupta, thank you for joining us at the top of Urban Debate here on Mirror Now. Can I ask you how your client and you have reacted and digested the fact that men who have been accused of the most heinous crime are currently out on parole despite all the outrage we have seen over their release?
I do not know how to react on this. I've been asked again and again. She has conveyed very well that she is devastated and that she's disappointed. She never thought that the justice would end like this for her. But as a citizen of the country, forget that she's my client. How sad it is. Like, I don't have words. I can keep on searching in dictionary. How do I define it? That is such a gross crime. As you were mentioning, 14 persons murdered. And that means what? The entire family web around Bilkis. Each of her female family support has been weeded out. 8 minor killed. Bilkis's 3.5 years old daughter and a 2 days old daughter of a cousin. Her 2 minor sisters, her 2 minor brothers, her mother. And how come somebody think of even giving them premature release? Wasn't the clemency of LI only, life imprisonment only, as against death penalty to such a crime? This was honestly a rarest of the rare case. Now, how do you react to it? That you are living in a country where this is something so normal? Killing 14 persons, gang raping 3 women, killing 8 minor, is that okay? I do not know how the girls can feel, how the female in this country can feel safe then.
The argument that has come in from the Gujarat government is to say, A, we have not done anything illegal. And yes, if you go by the rule book, they have not done anything illegal. They say these men behaved well in jail, their behavior was good, and therefore they can walk out. Yes, parole is not a right, but we have not done anything illegal.
So I disagree with this. I completely disagree with this, that they have not done anything illegal. And what does that mean? That something is permitted in the rule of law, so you would blindly exercise that power. And that's not something the law says, that you can blindly exercise that power. The power is there, the provision is there, the enabling provision is there, where after completion of 14 years, a life imprisonment convict can apply for premature release. But then the law is well settled. This was seriously a serious crime, one of the rarest kind of crime. Now, what the government was supposed to do? Asking the concurrence or the opinion of the prosecuting agency, which was CBI in this case, who declined. Asking the concurrence or the opinion of the convicting court, which was the special judge, Mumbai, that declined. Central government given concurrence, we need to yet see why. Because if 2 of the major stakeholders said no, with detailed reasonings, Then why? And those details, reasonings in tune of, in line with the requirement of law laid down by Supreme Court repeatedly, including the 5 judges bench judgment, which clearly says that the factors to be looked into for a premature release is not only that the period they have already undergone is minimum period they have undergone, that their conduct, so-called conduct, had been good, that the crime was not that egregious. What was the nature of the crime? What was the impact of that crime on the society? Now, where are these considerations in this remission case, in this particular case? Conduct, good conduct, assume for a moment it was so, but that is not the sacrosanct criteria. So, in my opinion, as I see the order and the process, the order is certainly illegal. And honestly, I have not yet seen the remission order.
So, Shobha ji,
I have not seen it. The affidavit does not
you have
contain
not
the
yet
remission
seen
order.
the remission order. Okay.
It does not contain the remission order. The whole
Okay. So, Shobha ji, let me ask you this. Okay, so you are telling me that the affidavit does not contain the remission order, which in itself is a bit odd. Can you help me understand? Look, this is not the first time that these men have walked out on parole. In fact, if you look at the data that has come out from Gujarat, it tells us that these men collectively over the years have been out for at least 1,000 days, if not more. In this period of time, Shobhaji, can you tell me whether there have been instances where Bilkis Bano has been threatened or intimidated? There is one case that has cropped up and there is an FIR to this effect which tells us that one of these men convicted actually was involved in molesting a woman who is somehow related to this case itself, was an eyewitness if I'm not mistaken.
That is as late as June 2022. One of that incident, and their charge sheet has been filed in that case. Trial is pending. So it's not only an FIR, for that particular accused, charge sheet has been filed. So what about his conduct?
And this was on molesting charges?
Absolutely. 354C.
Okay.
And there's a charge sheet. Now, how would then the opinion or the conclusion of good conduct would then be sustained? For this particular person at least? What about the jumping of paroles or actually with submitting themselves back in the jail with delay? The records shows that. For Radhesham, in April 2022, his parole was declined on the basis of the report of the jail authorities. In April 2022, so if you see individual cases, certainly there was not good conduct. When you ask me threatening to Bilkis, I'm not entering into the details or saying yes or no for a certain reason right now, because the matter is pending and so many things have to be dealt with in the court. But as I'm saying, that is irrelevant. If the considerations, the necessary factors which had to be examined, threatening is one part that can add into it reasoning or maybe a additional factor, but the major factors have been missed out completely. Nature of crime. Now, where is the consideration in the entire process that a pregnant woman was gang raped multiple times? That her daughter was smashed on a stone. Who does it?
Okay.
Can any human being do it? Can that be a human act at all? That you would smash somebody's daughter on a stone? Who does it? So where are all those considerations that, oh yes, despite all this, we still feel that this is a good case for premature release? I don't see all these considerations.
Shobhaji, we leave it there for the moment. Maybe the Supreme Court is the last hope. We leave it there for the moment. Thank you very much. Let me get in